Hey, John here from watchwearing.com. In this video, I'm going to take you on an overview of the ASUS ZenWatch 3 smartwatch. As you can see here, I have the dark brown leather band with the bronze face and one of many ZenWatch watch faces that you can put on, and you can change that very easily. I'm going to start off with just showing you the basic hardware, and then we'll jump into the actual smartwatch apps and functionality. So you got three buttons on the right. The top button is when you can set various apps, instant app access to. The middle button will take you to the home screen. And the bottom button, it just simply turns on the eco mode on and off. So if you want to save battery, just turn eco mode on. For the watch strap, we have a quick release pin right there. You can easily just slide that over and it will pop the watch strap off, and you can swap it with a different watch strap. Now, unfortunately, this watch strap is not the same size as the Fossil watch straps, of which there are many, and so swapping them with Fossil is not really possible, which is unfortunate because I own a lot of Fossil watch straps because I like them, and they work with other brands as well. Anything that's a 22mm wide watch strap will work with the Fossil watch straps. I strongly recommend checking out the Fossil silicone straps. They're pretty cool, and they got lots of colors. So you can see it's not, it fits quite nicely, I would say. It's not heavy, and it's not terribly thick, although it's a good size watch, as you can see. But most smartwatches are fairly big unless you go with the fitness variety. Some of them are quite a bit smaller on the bands and so forth. So the charger is exceptional with this watch. We have on the back, we have those four dots is where you connect to the charger, and that's the charging mechanism. And then here's our charger right here. You can see those four dots. So basically, you just get it within the vicinity of it and snap. Magnetically, it just snaps right on. You know it's charging. There's no guesswork. It fits perfectly, easily, quickly, and you can get it up to a 60% charge in 15 minutes, which I wish every smartwatch had, because that is such a convenient feature, because smartwatch batteries don't last all that long. All right, you got to charge them generally every night. Some of the more fitness band oriented styles will last quite a bit longer, like a Gear Fitbit 2 or the Fitbit Gear Fitbit, just the Gear Fit 2 or the various Fitbit watches. Those charges will last quite a bit longer. For the actual connector, we've got both wall charger and the USB. So I like having both those options because I often use up all my USB ports. Alright, so let's take that off, and that's enough of the hardware, and let's jump into the actual functionality. Okay, when you're on the home screen, now I'm gonna give you a quick heads up about how well these work. This is Android Wear, which is a Google product. I like a lot of Google products. Got no problem with Google. But Android Wear, this is the first version, I believe they're talking about an update in 2017, is not the fastest or the most smooth swiping technology for smartwatches. So you're going to see some stickiness a little bit, which is one of my biggest complaints. So when we got to get the screen going and we scroll over, and here's where we're going to have all our options to jump into and use the various smartwatch apps. Now settings is pretty basic, and you can adjust the brightness. You can change the watch face, which is easily done, and you have all these other options here. Okay. And we'll flip down there, and then you got to go back in. It should be nice if you just go back. We got Google Fit, which is actually not a bad health app. I'm not a super athlete or anything like that, so this is more than sufficient for me. The ASUS ZenWatch 3 does not have a heart rate monitor or a GPS, so the information that you're going to be able to collect is going to be somewhat limited. But if you're just you do walking and go to the gym a little bit and just want to time these things and aren't too particular about all the details, this will Google Fit on this watch will do you fine. But let's face it, look at this watch. This is not a fitness watch. This is an everyday wear watch. So if you're looking for something that you really want to use for running or the gym, and that's your focus, look for more of a fitness specific smartwatch. There's much better out there. Got alarm, we've got an agenda, which is basically a calendar, and ASUS weather. ASUS has a bunch of apps built for its own watches, which are alright. I tend to look just for the basic universal Android Wear apps. That's what I prefer. The Google Calendar is actually quite good. This is Google Calendar, and you can get in there, and it's actually got pretty big buttons, and it's actually usable, which is really cool in terms of being able to see what is happening for the day. So then you got to start over, scroll down. Find My Phone's kind of cool. You tap that, and then it will ring your phone if you've lost it, and that has certainly happened to me. And we have flashlight. And we got Google Hangouts, which I never use. Keep is a Google, it's like kind of like Evernote, but it's a Google product, and you can put all sorts of notes and organize things. Pretty difficult to use on a smartwatch. And we're going down, just giving you a bird's eye view of the various options you have. And maps, very difficult to use. It's not very good on the smartwatch. If you want something with map functionality, look for something that's really built with that, like Garmin products. I mean, they're the huge map GPS company, so you want to check that out. Messaging, text messaging, actually pretty good on here. I use my smartwatches for email notifications and text messaging a lot. You can actually make calls, you can receive calls on here, so that's very, very cool. Very convenient if your phone is put away somewhere. It actually works. I use it all the time. You got reminders, your settings. Skype doesn't, it's pretty slow. Skype's a huge app, and I find that it's just very, very slow to load, and haven't really used it on this smartwatch. And the last here I want to just cover is Spotify. I love Spotify, but I don't love this particular Android Wear Spotify. I much prefer the Samsung Gear S3 Spotify, because all you can really do here is you can just hit this and it'll just start playing. You have no control. You can't skip over to a different song. You can't search. You can't really do anything on Samsung Gear S3. You have full control of your Spotify dashboard right on your watch. So that's really nice. There we go. Get the that's how the notifications pop up. So someone texts you or emails you, kind of fills up the bottom third of the screen. And I find it really handy, because you just, if you need to respond to somebody. Now, I wouldn't advise using your smartwatch for inputting text and communicating outbound communications. It's really all about, you get notified, you know what's going on, and if you have to actually respond, you pull out the phone or whatnot. That's going to be much easier. So that's the basic overview of the ASUS ZenWatch 3. It's a nice looking watch. Who is this for? Ideally, I'd say it's for a person who wants an everyday smartwatch with pretty good functionality. Not fitness oriented, but something you can wear to the office, something you can wear out. If you like the design, if you really like this design, then that's the watch for you. The price can't be beat. It's definitely on the lower end of the spectrum of smartwatch cost, and compared to many others. And so for that, it's got great functionality. Looks good. You could definitely wear this out. It's not your gym watch, but overall, I'm quite pleased with it. It is Android Wear. I'm really looking forward to the Android Wear update. I'd be very interested to see if it dramatically improves the software. That'd be really great if it did.